and this person, like, you know, reached out to my manager, reached out to police, San Diego police interviewed them. But basically what I'm trying to say is because all this stuff was delayed, this guy was able to get really far away from San Diego, allegedly. And this whole time my manager was like,
Wait. The same weirdo that came up to her at TwitchCon pulled up to her manager shit? What the fuck is wrong with niggas?
Like, basically like begging Twitch, like, dude, like, please give us his name. Like, we don't know who this person is. Like, for all we know, he like lives around where Emmy and her roommates live. Like, I can't like help her if like I don't know who this person is, and they were refusing to do it. But after that tip from the person who said that the guy came into their workplace and was talking to him, my manager demanded the info from Twitch. So they did end up giving it to police, but not my manager, as far as I know. She still doesn't. Yeah, so the investigation's still going on, but it's like been a huge mess because of all of the delays and like refusal to work with the police. And yeah, it's ongoing. I can't like say too much about it. Like all this that I'm saying, obviously I like ran by my lawyer and stuff. And I do want you guys to know that Melissa has been making sure that, you know, me and my roommates, who are obviously other pretty well-known girl streamers, that we have been safe here, paying for like security stuff, making sure we're protected. Again, my manager's been taking care of that all on her own. Twitch did not offer anything like that. Yeah, that's where it is right now, pretty much. I can't say like too much about what, you know, me and my lawyer are doing, but my hope is really that there's some kind of like public resolutions that people who like have seen this and like know about everything that's happened can feel better about it. Because like I said, I don't feel like it's just about me. Like it could have been anyone that it happened to, like a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like, you know, the reach that I have. So it's very scary and yeah, just very, very frustrating. And yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go. I'm sure that, you know, they're probably, I would speculate, not very happy with me for talking about all this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people who literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. You guys know I was super grateful that the guy posted it, got, you know, spread around so that I didn't have to figure out how to talk about it myself. But yeah, I'm just, it's a lot. It's been really heavy this week, but obviously I've been getting a lot of support from my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager, the people that I work with, my employees and such. But yeah, I don't want to just let this be a thing that I think that they're hoping it just blows over and gets like swept under the rug. I'm not gonna, you know, go live every stream and complain about it like, oh, you know, I got done dirty. I'm not gonna do that, but.
Let's get into the real messy shit. I'm trying to see what you're talking about, Mizkif.
Forever. And so today I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone sorry, I swear I'm not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this. Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of, I guess you could say, like, fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally gonna be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today, and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger of being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a stream talked about anything he did. He would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other
Mizkif's a fucking weirdo.
Streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
What the fuck? Rabbits? Killing rabbits? Really? Really?
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this. The way that I'm gonna do this today is I'm gonna run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. I'm also going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. And I will be running through those later. Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. He always, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, of course I'm not gonna think that, he's, yeah, I just, at the time, I just kind of was, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything.
You still holding on to some girl from 2022, bro. Let her go. What is wrong with you? What be in motherfuckers' heads thinking that some girl wanna still talk to you after y'all done broke up 3 years ago? You're a weirdo.
After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him, and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that, unfortunately, did not really happen. For a long time, I think about 1.5 years from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow things getting worse. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and like I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of Rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going. And
So you're mad about her playing a video game, and you're talking about she still wants you, and in his head, he thinks that he has some type of chance with her still, after this crazy ass shit just happened like a week ago? The fuck?
I'm just gonna show those. And at first,
Hold on, we gotta see this. Hey, just to make sure you don't have recordings of me, right? I'm getting harassed that you do, and I'm assuming it's nothing. Do you know why I'm removed from everything? Why I'm kicked from OTK? Nobody's answering my calls, and I don't want to bother you, but I'm panicking and I don't understand what's happening. What is wrong with this nigga, bro? And who the fuck uses ChatGPT to send a fucking text message? Why don't you just type that shit yourself? You're fucking weird. Can we please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated by my own org? I just want to be okay with each other. What the fuck, bro? You're still trying to fucking stream with her like you want views from her or some shit, bro? The fuck, bro? This man.
At first, it starts simple. It'd be confusing messages or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first, it wasn't anything weird. This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
I I want so much with you. Please just hear me out. I wrote out a lot of how I feel. I've been writing so much and learned so much about myself. Just please, if you can hear me out, I love you so much, Emmy. I've been crying every night without you, and I'm sorry I've done any of this. I've been so depressed without you. Just please call me. I'll be up. I will do anything for you. I will come home from Japan right now for you. Can you answer me, Emmy? Just to at least tell me you moved on. What the fuck, bro? These aren't even paragraphs. This nigga is sending full-on essays. Hey, I know it's been a while. I just want to say that I'm going back to Austin next week, and I think that you and I should at least be able to talk and communicate with each other. I'm going to be also doing a lot of collabs, and I know you've been doing a lot of collabs lately, and I feel that we should be amicable with each other, so it's not weird, because we're both now doing a lot of clubs, and I feel like it would be really weird considering we're both also in the same, or that we just not talking to each other. What is going on here? Other at all, and have zero communication. I want to come back and for us to be at least, bro, like, why are you trying to start a fucking relationship again, bro? She doesn't want to talk to you. Then this nigga's talking about some, I really need to tell you things. I'm so sorry for the past few months. I'm so sorry for so much that happened. I need this time to be alone, but I really love you so much. Bro, stop saying you love her. She doesn't fucking want you anymore, bro. You're a fucking creep. I just needed to know what being alone, and I learned, and I need you. I don't want to be without you. I regret so much that I hurt you and I left, but I know I need it. Please call me. I haven't stopped thinking about you in months. I know what I want, and it's you and only you. Bruh. I regret so much that I hurt you and I left you. Like, what, bro? Like, you're the weirdo. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? She doesn't want to fuck with you. Like, how do you have this in your head that you didn't somehow walked away from her? Like, what the fuck? Please call me. Like, bro, stop asking her to call you. Oh my god, this shit is pathetic. I've been nothing but miserable without you. I love you, Emmy, and if you take me back, I want us to be a real relationship. Oh my god. Oh, brother. There's like 6 different fucking apps that he can hit me up on. What the fuck, bro? These aren't even fucking text messages either, bro. This nigga done found Twitter, emails, text messages, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Just leave her alone. DMs too, bro. Oh my gosh, what the fuck is going on? Bro, what? Can we please talk while you're here? A simple conversation can go very far for both of us. The lack of communication is very confusing, and I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Fucking weirdo. What the fuck app is this, bro? What the fuck, bro? How many apps are you gonna try to contact her on? Whoa. It's like 18 screenshots she got of this nigga talking about some weird ass shit.
Just go, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, give the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe it's just like an awkward situation.
Anybody else go through a situation, you up that shit on that motherfucker and blow that shit. And not touching you, bro. Nothing's gonna happen to you about none of that shit, bro. Don't let nobody do this shit to you. That shit is crazy as fuck.
Situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next story that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked.
This situation she's about to talk about is fucking insane. I remember watching that shit while it was happening. That pier situation was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Act at the Santa Monica Pier because that was obviously. Hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? It happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked, which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are going to talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me